Hey everyone, I'm the hair healer and this is my documentary about my Kambo ceremonial experience. Before we jump into this documentary, I wanted to give you guys a little backstory as to why I decided to go on this healing journey for myself. At the beginning of 2019, the Hair Healer podcast was born from one of the darkest moments in my life, in fact, one of the darkest years of my life. But during that dark time, my transformation into the woman I am today had begun. When COVID happened in the beginning of 2020, I got divorced, never went back to the salon, and decided to launch and pursue my dreams with the Hair Healer podcast. My reasoning for doing the Kambo ceremony is that I knew I needed a full energy cleanse from the person I used to be to launch me into the woman I am today. I met Liz 3 years ago on Instagram and we became instant soul family. She was the first person to ever tell me about Kambo, and she became trained. I knew I needed her as my medicine woman. And I knew that Kambo is what I needed for my final step into this transformation. I want to thank Liz so much for guiding me through this healing journey, for being an amazing woman, an amazing friend. Thank you. I also want to thank Nikki DiGiorgio for coming down with me, for filming and recording all of this, and for also sharing space and being there for me during a major healing time of my life. I also want to thank Dolo for his artistic vision in putting this documentary together. I want to thank you all for tuning into this documentary. I'm sending you lots of love and positive vibes on your own personal healing journey. Now let's tune in to the Kambo experience.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel excited and ready for this, ready for this transformation, already coming out of my transformation, but just to take my energy and I'm just excited for where all of it, the plant medicine journey is going to take me. I see a big future with that.
Feel ready, open them. Breathe. Breathe. Take deep breaths in. Continue to breathe. Breathe. Try to release the tension in the cheeks. Yeah. And when you feel ready, you can start opening your eyes and it will burn all over again. So we're going to flutter our eyes a little bit when you're ready. Yep.
I can't touch it though?
You can have paper.
Can I do that?
Yep. Don't rub it too much because you'll just make it worse. It'll just get more intense. Okay, so keeping your eyes closed, you can open them, you can keep fluttering them.
Ready?
About halfway through. You're strong, you're a warrior. You're showing up for yourself.
Chills. Three back-to-back sessions, dude. You did it.
Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 1, season 2 of the Hair Healer podcast. This is many first for the Hair Healer podcast. This is the first time we are recording on video, as well as I'm recording in Florida right now, South Florida. I'm super excited. And if you guys watched season 1, do you remember your episode? I can't remember. Earth Angel Liz's episode number. That was the first interview. We have been friends forever. We have manifested lots together, and here we are kicking off season 2. I cannot believe it. I'm excited. How do you feel?
I'm excited. I'm excited to go through the process and through the journey
And through
and hear your side, because I haven't heard her side of the story yet through her integration period.
And through my integration. So let me talk about what this episode is going to be about. If you've been following my social media before this episode appeared, I came down here to have my first ever Kambo medicine experience with my good friend and Kambo practitioner. That's the right word, right? Kambo practitioner down in South Florida. I knew that if you guys, again, have followed the podcast, I had such a journey since the beginning of this, such a life-changing, transformative time. Like, every part of me was just ripped away. Every identity through COVID was just ripped away. And I knew that one of the experiences my soul, my energy needed, and one of the paths I wanted to start going down is working with different plant medicines and ancient medicines. And again, this beautiful woman who I always said was an angel, I knew I needed to lead. And so how I ended up down here is she had just finished her training.
Yep.
Where was you, in Colorado?
I did training in Colorado.
And she literally texted me, or we were messaging, and I said, you know what, I need that. Like, I just had a calling, I barely knew anything. I knew nothing about Kambo, and I was like, I want you and I want this. Searched a flight, found 11:11, of course, you guys know. And it all worked out perfectly. And here I am after the experience, bringing it to you this first episode. I knew that starting season 2 was just a brand new me, right? Season 1 was the transformative me. Season 2, I knew I just needed to cleanse and break into who the hair healer is, and this was the best way I could cleanse my energy, my body, and my soul of pre-Colleen into who Colleen is now as the hair healer.
Absolutely.
So before we get into my journey with what I experienced, I wanted to talk to Liz about and tell you guys what Kambo is, because as you know, I'll explain it in my own Colleen blah 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 ADHD way. So let's talk, what is Kambo?
All right, so Kambo is a tree monkey frog. The scientific name is Philomedusa bicolor. Okay, so this frog is amazing. He lives on top of the trees in the Amazon.
In the Amazon,
jungle.
right?
Yeah, in the jungle. And basically the way the shamans call down the frog is sing a little song. Okay, so they go into the jungle, they sing a little song. But what's incredible about Kambo is all the benefits that we receive as humans, right? So the compounds of Kambo is peptides, which peptides are a chain of amino acids. We have bioactive peptides and neuroactive peptides.
Wow.
So you have all of these different natural things that already live inside of us, or that naturally occur, different opioids, different peptides. So Kambo has so many. There's over, I believe it's over 70, close to 100 different peptides.
Wow, really?
Yeah. My favorite ones are for people that are suffering with pain, right?
Pain.
So we talked a little bit yesterday. There's a specific peptide called delmorphin and deltorphin, which is like 40 times more powerful than morphine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So people that have chronic pain, chronic fatigue, Alzheimer's, rheumatoid arthritis, Lyme's disease, anxiety, depression, again, what all of these peptides from this amazing frog, it's trying to bring back your body into balance. You know, that's all the frog wants to do. You know, it's given us this gift of, hey, let me try to bring you back into balance. So with that, our bodies are receiving and intaking this medicine, so to speak, Kambo, and we're absorbing it through the bloodstream, right? So the way we apply it is we're going to burn the very top layer, the dermis, the very top layer of your skin, okay? Just enough so that your body could get into the bloodstream, or so that the Kambo could go through your bloodstream.
And the lymph nodes,
And
right?
well, it's going through your whole
Okay,
body.
so there it goes.
So,
Yes.
you know, from your muscles to your lymphatic system, adrenals, it's gonna, you know, dump toxins out of your
I
liver.
will say already this morning I woke up and I don't know how to describe it, but I guess that's the fast spot. I don't know, this all just feels lighter.
Yeah.
Like it almost like whatever chemicals or stored up energy stuff that was in between the skin and the lymph node,
Yeah.
it just feels like
Lighter.
lighter.
So Kambo is known in the jungle to take away the panema, the black cloud, as they saw, or as they say over there, the panema, the black cloud, and it removes that because it's cleaning you on a physical, mental, emotional, psycho-spiritual journey.
Wow.
So you're detoxing from every single layer on different layers of whatever you may be holding on to, right? So you're going to receive exactly what you need.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about Kambo. If you want to know more, you could go to my website, earthangeliz.com.
That's easier.
Yeah.
earthangeliz.com.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like, I feel like when you're saying that, what I'm hearing is like the frog medicine like speaks on the frequency of our body. It just knows right where to go. And even for me, we had talked a little bit, I have ADHD, as you guys know, and I couldn't take my medicine for like 7 days, I think, leading up to it. It was a little scary there at first, but then I just we had a ceremony the night before and I felt a lot of clarity there. But after this, I even brought my medicine just in case. I haven't needed to take it. I have never felt this clear. I was meditating. It's like unbelievable.
Yeah. Even people that are experiencing like addiction or trying to break that cycle, that anxiety, this depression, people that are going through a really tough time, I really believe, again, it's bringing back your body into balance. that's all Kambo is doing. And the whole session's only about 20 minutes. That's
Yes.
all you're going to do. And your
Yes.
body's going to take as much as it needs. And if it doesn't need anymore, it's going to stop taking.
It just stops.
It just stops.
I did 3 back-to-back sessions. I wanted to just like, let's do it. I wanted the full packedness of it. I was like, that's ready. I want the ultimate. And she had suggested that because by the end, if you do the 3x3, you call it, right?
Yes.
You get that full energy, like feeling of on a cloud, and I still feel it. I was telling, I got in the, after it happened, I was still like, I've finished, like exhausted and out of it. I took a shower and I imagined myself just cleaning the rest of that off, and all of a sudden I was just like, I could have cried. I was so happy. I was like, I love her. She brought me this gift, and I was like, I just felt so happy for just being, and there wasn't a worry in my head. I was just happy for this moment, like pure joy. It wasn't because of a person or a place or a shopping or a thing. It was like
genuine.
And I've been that way since then, still.
It forces you to be with you.
Wow. Yeah.
Forces you to be with you and really love yourself again. So Kambo has no enemy in the jungle. It's pure love.
Wow.
You know, so
no enemy in the jungle.
No enemy in the jungle. So again, you're just radiating that pure love. And guys, Colleen is a Kambo warrior.
Oh.
You know, the first thoughts, her first session, and for anyone that's watching this and you have done Kambo, you know how Kambo is that first session. It was like 5 minutes in, she's like, oh, this isn't bad, with a smile on her face, just killing it. Like, okay, I'm ready, bring it on. You know?
Bring it on.
She did amazing. She did your true warrior goddess.
Really? Thank you. Oh.
And I just want to make sure that you see yourself that way. And I know we talked a little bit about that, you know, throughout your session, I was encouraging you and reminding you that.
You were. And I was trying to say to myself, but it's funny you said that. Maybe I don't quite even feel it myself. I do. But she kept saying to me, like, dude, that was like pretty badass. You're a warrior.
She has a Nikki.
And I was like, yeah, she has a Nikki. You're wonderful. Everything she's filming, she is there watching, taking care of big shit. And she was like, dude, that was like a warrior. And I'm like, what's it? Like, that was like almost a hard thing for me to, I don't know, but thank you.
Yes.
And you are a warrior. And I kept thinking that. And it was cool to be in this experience. And we'll get into it of just like, and just having another woman and Nikki was there and her energy, just these women like, you can do this, you're strong, and purge this. Like, it felt like just such like a womanhood.
Yeah.
Such a womanhood. A sisterhood. It was like a beautiful, beautiful thing. So would you suggest if someone did this their first time, right? Would they do the 3x3 or depends? You knew me and you know I'm sort of like an extremist. One of the reasons why I love to do this is I do sweat lodge ceremonies and that really got me started, but it just, I love to put myself in physical pain in like a hard, you know, way to
you like to conquer.
Thank you. And then it helps me so much mentally out there and everything I do. Then I feel like, all right, I can conquer the world now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so would you suggest that for people who are maybe...
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to work with Kambo and you want to do the 3x3, by all means, go for it. But you can certainly do just one session. And maybe you just want to try it and see how you react to it. Maybe you don't resonate with it.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's just like, I did it and I just don't care for it. You know, it's not for everyone, and not all plant medicines or animal medicines are for everyone either. So you just resonated with Kambo on such a loving, high frequency. Even though you were doing the work, you were going through shit, especially that second and third round.
Yes.
You were really struggling, but you're like, I got this. I'm determined. I'm here. I came here to do this, and that's when you kept showing up for yourself, which is the most important thing. You know,
give me chills.
Yeah, it's one of the most important things. If you don't show up for yourself, I can't help you do that.
Yeah, you can't. You can't guide.
And she had the option to tell me, take it off.
There were the first round not, but the second and third there were like moments where I was just like, I just can't do it. I'm like, no, you can fucking do it. You know, you have done this 10 times more. And she kept saying that. She's like, Colleen, no, you've been through these battles. She knows half my battles over the last couple years. You've been strong, and you have been through that. I was like, you're right, I got this. And now I already feel like I am ready for 2. Now tell me, before we get into like a little bit of what I had experienced in that experience, what called you to Kambo?
Man, I've always loved frogs. Since a kid, I used to collect frog sculptures.
Aww. Wow.
Since a little girl. I even used to have fire belly frogs, which they're black.
That?
They're little frogs about like this big, okay?
Aww.
So about $0.25, if you guys remember what those look like. And they're black, and then their bellies will either be blue or red or like orange.
It's a surprise?
Yellow.
Does it change?
No, it doesn't change, but it's these frogs. They're called fire belly frogs.
Wow.
They're adorable, and I was obsessed with them as a kid. So I've always been obsessed with frogs, right?
Your path was right there. Be a good way to
Yeah.
get into meditation.
Because you're opening up the third eye. Again, my eyes are very stressed all the time. I feel like if I'm straining my eyes all the time because my vision isn't as sharp.
Yeah.
And whenever I get stressed out, I feel it behind my eyeballs.
I wonder if that's happened to me because sometimes my eyelid will just start shaking.
Yeah.
Like when I'm tired, it just starts shaking like that.
It could be like inflammation.
Inflammation. Now, who started this? Who started that?
Again, the tribes. The tribes
Wow.
have so many
It's amazing.
different stories, and it's the same thing. Okay, you know, the different medicines will guide them to do this, but down there they don't boil it. There's some people even there's not really clean water down there.
There's not?
No. So they'll get it and just dip the actual, like, extract it from the bark.
Wow.
And then get a leaf or something and then put it in the eye. Yeah.
Is that even worse? Pain? Like how
It's
more
a lot
intense?
stronger.
It's a lot stronger just
Yeah.
because it's pure.
Yeah. So
Wow.
that's how I saw one person do it, and I was just like, oh hell no.
Oh, hell no.
Because it's strong. It's strong enough. Like
Wow.
what we have is strong, and there's stronger versions. And
There's stronger versions?
And there's weaker ones. Yeah.
Wow. Now, is there a time that you can do it like too much? What happens if you do too much or no? It's just
I
something.
don't think there is a way. I mean, innately or spiritually, like if we were to do too much hape, you'll start getting a sinus infection.
Interesting.